Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Can We Talk, where we live the changes we wish to see in the world.
That's right, guys. Join us here each week where we try to entertain you, educate you, and teach you how to live a Canna lifestyle.
Holy shit, you said that right.
Yes, I did, because I did it fast. But tonight, listen, our show tonight is Freedom Forever, Freedom Grow Forever, and a prisoner, but and someone that's victim to the drug war. Unfortunately, she won't be able to join us tonight, but we do have Carrie Cannon here, who is going to speak some as well.
Well, we have an amazing panel of ladies that are activists, that are strong women too. They're just forces to be reckoned with in this community. And I am lucky enough to call them each friend.
Yes.
And yes, we did have a new case. We do have a new case that all of us are working on. We're all doing our due diligence. She was supposed to come on today, but she's having some anxiety issues, rightfully so. She's facing a lot of crap and injustices.
And she had court today, so.
Yep, she had court today, and I really wanted to, which I'm sure Carrie will give us an update on what's happening there,
And listen, today we have a little bit of winds. Please deal with the wind. There might be a little bit of lag as well. Jim's off.
Yeah, it's been
and trying to find a strong internet signal.
It's been crazy. You know, I just started a new job, so I just got off of work. I had to hurry up and shovel something in my mouth, and then change and get here to start the show. So it's been really, really hectic. Our car finally took a crap.
Yeah.
And
I'd probably seen it. Yeah, we have a GoFundMe.
I knew that it was coming. I was trying to make it last as long as I possibly could. It is now done. There is no saving it other than putting another third transmission in, which I'm just not willing to do.
I'm not spending another $3,000 on that piece of crap.
That's that. I do have a very good friend that is coming to the rescue where a vehicle's concerned, and I'll let her say that because she's here today. Yeah. And then looks like, you know, I might even be getting some solar, so I might even be able to get to my house a lot sooner than I thought, which let me tell you will help a lot.
Yeah. Here's something we've been asking everybody since last week, and if you please can, I mean, we enjoy you watching the show, and we're glad that you do, but if you could please leave the Facebook feed and go to our YouTube feed at Can We Talk 420 and watch it from there and comment there. We're trying to get our hours up.
Yeah, that helps our view hours, which last week I said 44. Holy shit, was I wrong? It was 4,000.
No, it's 400.
It is not. It's 4,000 watch hours.
Good Lord. Who in God's name has
I said to Pete, you know what I said to him? I said, we got to sit.
I think it's 400.
It isn't. I said, we got to sit in our domicile with our TV on, just our show on mute.
Just to get some hours. We don't even still have the time for that.
But I don't. I'm not here long enough. I mean, shit. Before I started working, I was here and at least in and out of my domicile doing work around the property. We could have done that, but
real quick before we start the show, as we do every week, we want to first off mention that we do give away product every week on the show, or have been.
We do.
So tonight, 2 lucky winners with guesses between 1 and 500.
No. There for Peter, slow your head, honey.
What do you want?
It's 3 winners.
No, there's 2 winners. So this third bottle is a whole different thing.
It is?
Yeah, it's
well, I know. No, I'm not. That's this week. We're still going to do 3 winners because we have 25, 10, and we have this. Stacy's still going to get what she wants, or what
I know.
What it is.
Okay. We're giving away 3 products. Who knows? I don't know. I just follow the program, guys. You got to understand that. 3 winners between 1 and 500. Get your numbers in the comments. We will pick those winners. We announce them normally Friday morning and ship out product on Monday. This week we had one of our winners said, you know what? I appreciate
would use it,
but I probably won't use it, which is my mother. God bless her. But I wish she would use it. But, you know, listen, you can't sometimes teach old dogs new tricks. So we give away, if someone doesn't accept the prize, we give it away to an activist in the community. And this week, one of our guests is the activist.
He comes over to me and he goes, well, my mom doesn't want her winnings. So which activist is it going to? And I don't think a second passed when I said Stacy Tice.
Yeah.
And because I pick activists that I know are in it for the right reasons. Last week it was Carrie Cannon.
No,
And
the
this
last
week
time.
it's
No, last week everybody claimed, was the week before. I
the
think,
week
but yeah,
before,
yeah.
yes. Carrie got the bath bomb.
Bath bomb. Yeah.
And yes, this
Mhm.
week it is Stacy, and there's many great activists out there. So
So get your
those
numbers in.
unclaimed prizes will go to those activists. So,
Mhm.
and I'm sure everybody out there who is participating totally agrees with that.
And
I'm
let us
sure.
make it clear: every week we give away a tincture and a hemp cap from Zoya, which is compliments of Mike Robinson.
Yes.
Thank you very much again, Mike, for your contribution to us to be able to do this and
It's a
be able to
Charlotte
share the
Web
love.
strain.
So the fact of the matter is this: you don't have, you could when you win, you can choose. If you choose that you don't want a tincture and you'd rather have caps, you can do that. We
That's
can
right.
provide it. So one week we might give away all caps. Next week we might give away all tinctures.
Depends on what you want.
It just depends on what the person wants. Because listen, we don't want this to be just something you get and go, I won something, whoopee-doo. We want it to be something you use and have some kind of positive effect.
For sure. Well, you can't help but have a positive effect. It's cannabinoids.
That's
crying out
absolutely,
loud.
and we all are made
So,
of it. But
yes.
But Stacy, you will be receiving your Zoya caps not in the mail. I'll probably handle it. You live that far away. So
Nope.
I'll save the postage. But okay, listen. Why don't we get right into it? And why don't I'll let you introduce the first two young ladies that are going to be on the show. And
Why not
Carrie
bring 'em?
comes, we could bring them all in. But go ahead. Jim wants to bring them on one at a time.
Well, wants to bring them in one at a time. Why?
I don't know. He mentioned that just in
Okay.
pre-production. Did you listen?
I did.
Oh, okay.
I guess.
She listened and it's 4,000 hours. She just I promise.
All right, let's bring on Stacy Tice.
Hi guys.
Queen. Yes, ma'am. Hey, Stacy, how are you this evening?
Oh, great. And I've loved listening to you guys. I'm
With the banter
thankful.
back and
I'm
forth.
glad I got Yes, I love it. It's so fun. And then thank you. I'm glad that I was picked, and I got even more excited that I didn't just win capsules. It sounds like I won a visit from you all.
Yes.
So yay.
And we love visiting the community and you in general. Just you're stellar. You do so much. We are so happy that you were able to bring the cannabis by here, by the Garden of Freedom, and I get to walk around and see a little bit of how
and
we
thank you for for allowing us to participate in your little work vacation trip you just went on. That was awesome.
Yes.
I'm still on it. It's been.
Are you really?
Yeah. I'm still.
So
I'm in Ukiah. No, I'm in California.
So we can have a party.
I know we need to. We need to have a collaboration party because we are going to be doing so much fun stuff here soon.
Yeah.
And as always, I want everybody as involved as possible. As they want to be.
So where are you at right now?
I am in the Green Triangle. I'm in Mendocino County in Ukiah, California.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I've
been
been
very beautiful.
Yeah. Talk about being inspired and being among people that when you mention our prisoners and efforts, like they remind you of they help remind you and drive you because they all have their stories and they are also thankful and supportive of what you're doing, what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
And we've had I brought a lot of the Richard DeLisi postcards off the bus to bring with us.
Oh, wow.
And
good.
It's been, like I've been seeing not just in the cannabis industry, but some big business people and it's nice. It is nice and reassuring to get their reactions when you talk to them about our prisoners and ask them to sign a postcard because you do see their emotional switch and it does resonate them and they understand how important it is and they're behind it. And it's been like, so it's been really great. That's been a great part of the trip is seeing, knowing that this is the Great Awakening and so many of these like energies are coming together and we are changing the world and
so
also
divine.
to see how our work resonates with people and the encouragement from people that have been growing and been a part of this for years, and they have all their stories and stuff,
But with mention of the word growing,
Carrie's going to talk.
With the mention of the word growing,
yeah,
I think it's that very fitting that we introduce one of our other guests and one of your best friends. Again, just not a stranger to the cannabis community. If you guys know anything about the cannabis community, you definitely know Stacy's name, and you will definitely know Miss Kristen Floor.
That's right.
And Jim, please bring Kristen on as well.
Hi, you guys.
Hi, beautiful.
Hi, my love.
Hi.
Miss you.
Hi, Kristen. Good to see you again.
Wow, I miss
Hi,
you
you
too.
guys. Hi, you guys.
We're well, thank you. We're well. We're excited tonight because I'll tell you, I was excited. Like maybe, what was it, 2 or 3 days ago, you finally launched the website.
Yes.
freedomgrowforever.com. And
yes, we did.
I went up to the tab and I volunteered pretty much down the list. So you guys can just use us as whatever you like to use us for.
So you know what's so cool about you is I went on there and I noticed you're the 40th person who volunteered. We haven't got back to our volunteers quite yet because we've been so busy trying to launch the website, but we've got 40 people that say that they want to help our cannabis prisoners. So thank you for volunteering. And everybody who has volunteered, we will be getting back to you guys. We are working on it. We have something for everybody to do. Our prisoners need you, so just bear with us.
Kristen, in case anybody doesn't know, what really has inspired you to take on this mission?
Oh my gosh. So quite a few things, but the one thing is the death of my father, Richard Giles Floor. And I could talk about his death for an hour here, but I'm going to just briefly touch on it. He was shackled to bed in federal custody, and I was forced to remove him off life support, take his broken body. He had 8 broken bones, undiagnosed colon cancer, liver failure, kidney failure, all because he grew some plants. He was a caregiver. He owned 5 medical marijuana stores in Montana, and the federal government raided 26 of them in 1 hour in 2011. And they don't allow state laws in no federal court. And so my dad had no defenses. And so, make a long story short, he was a really sick person and he was using it for his own medicine. And when he went to prison, he rapidly died. And the nurses accused him of faking all of his pain, which his cause of death was colon cancer. And they would never take him to a hospital, even. The sad part about it is that my mom worked for the company and she went to prison too. And I had to tell my mom in prison that they killed my dad. And yeah, and I had to take him off the life support. And the hard part about all that is, we were guarded by 2 federal U.S. Marshals. And
this is what people don't understand. How even
does that
in the
even
worst
happen?
Moments, they still don't stop.
Well,
poor guys and girls.
Well, here's the thing, though, is like with all his broken bones, his undiagnosed colon cancer, his liver failure, his 2 major heart attacks that he had, they still chained him. They still handcuffed his ankles to the bed. And I usually don't cry when I tell this story, but I've been thinking about him a lot lately.
Yeah.
And they chained his broken body to the bed. And when I took him off the life support, I didn't know that. Otherwise, I would have made him uncuff him first. I wouldn't have let him die like that. But he died into their custody. But at the same time, he was freed of their custody at the same time. So anyhow, I haven't got emotional when I told him. My dad's been like in my heart so much lately. And anyway, I had to tell my mom the next morning what happened to him, and she was still in prison, and they never let him out for his funeral. And then they sent me his ashes in the mail a couple months later, and I've just been missing him ever since. And the night that I left the hospital, I said, I can just allow him to kill him, or I can stand up for the other people. And I instantly started finding about more and more prisoners, and I started wanting to help them. And I started speaking about them in public, and I started getting people to sign letters for them. And I joined the Human Solution. I became the vice president. And then I branched off to do the Voices of the Cannabis War. And then I went to Freedom Grow. I'm a board member there now, along with Stacy Tice, Lance Glore. Lance Glore was also involved in those 2011 raids. His mom is a board member. Stephanie Land is the board member. And our whole mission. Oh, mind you, I met Stacy right after my dad died on her bus. I was on it for 10 days, and I felt the love of her and the love of her uncle. And so that's why we all come together. It's because we got to come together so we can get the rest of them out. And so I've been working really hard on this website personally. We all have, but I've been working really hard on it. I've actually done a lot of the structure and got a lot of the stuff made. I mean, all of our board members have contributed to this, but they pointed me as the point person because I don't know, I guess.
Because you're badass.
I guess.
Well, hey, you know, you have a golden blanket that is securing you, and you call him dad.
Yeah.
And he's guiding you right through this, and he's no longer chained. He's by your side every single second.
That's right.
Of what you're doing.
That's right.
And he's protecting you from all the ugly shit in the world.
I feel it too.
That's what they do.
Listen, as much as this is beautiful work, as much as you women work tirelessly, and I know we work. I mean, Stacy don't sit still. I know you don't.
Stacy's a Mexican jumping me.
Stacy's the greatest. So you guys, I just want to mention this website is amazing because you can literally go there and you can donate money, and the money goes straight onto the prisoners' commissary.
Wow.
We put it.
So how do you have that set up? So each prisoner that you work with, I mean, how do you do that?
So we have over 50 people on our list, and every couple months we send them $50 to $100.
Oh wow! Good
and so that's what we're doing. And we also have I didn't hear you say that again.
I'm sorry. Does the money pool and then you divide it, or does each person that donates get to decide who they want that money to go to?
Well, right now we have some money in there, and what we do is we just say, okay, well, we're going to spend this much of it on commissary. We also use it for newsletters and for postage.
Okay.
But we also get donated postage from people at times too. So all the money goes to the prisoners, and most of it goes directly to their commissary. So
and
we help their kids at Christmas time.
To clarify your question, the money orders are all the same amount for all the prisoners. We don't play favorites.
Okay.
Right.
Even though we have
donating had that option. If they don't have that option, I just think it's a beautiful thing. These guys have guys and gals. Believe me, it's not only men in prison for this plant. And these people really truly live a hellish life for no reason whatsoever.
These people are victims of our broken system that doesn't fucking work. And that's just it. It's
that's why when people say no victim, no crime, I'm going, wait a minute.
There is a victim,
and there is a
for sure. It's just the other way around.
Yeah, it's just the other way around. It's the
and it's the children. It's the children and the families that suffer just as much, if not more, than their loved ones that are even in prison. And the prisoners are dealing with all that, slave treatment and labor and their own obstacles and stuff. But oh my gosh, that's what drives a lot of my heart is the families and meeting the children of the drug war and realizing that they grieve and suffer just as bad as me and my cousin did. And they killed my uncle over pot. Can't get him back, but you can get these families reunited at any given day and make so much magic happen for people.
So, you guys, I want
Kristen, let me ask you, were you there when your parents were arrested?
No, I was in Washington and they're in Montana, but I went out there. I've been out there court cases. I've been out there when they took my dad, they let my mom self-surrender. So I had to go out there and help my mom pack up out there.
So where's your
I was in and out. My mom got released and she's at home with me now. She lives with me now because they took her house. They took everything they own. And so now she came to me.
And
so she lives with me. She
Now-
is good. She's good. She's with me, so like I keep her safe, and she's out of the stress and all the trouble.
Well, her
And she's
her
better. Like
strength, her strength, it definitely will not go unrecognized. I mean, she's gone through things that most people don't even see in a lifetime, and
know.
yeah,
She's blessed to
and
have you.
she is blessed to have you as you are her, and I know you'll get each other through this, and I know that you have, but know that your dad is with you. I mean, he's right there with you.
I take his
always.
ashes with me on stage every time I speak. I
Good
take his
girl.
ashes with me at all my cannabis events, everything.
Wow.
But you guys, I want to mention a couple other things about our website. So
Absolutely.
one thing, when my mom was in prison, she got letters. She got so many letters from the community. It helped her. And on our website, we have a pen pal button. So we have a girl. Her name is Mindy, and you press the paper, fill out the pen pal form, and she'll hook you up with and you can
Oh,
be
awesome.
yeah. And on our button, we have the volunteer. We also have a petition. We've coordinated with Can-Do, Amy Pobo from Can-Do. And we've got over 70,000 signatures on it asking the president to free them. So you can
good
find
job.
them on our page too. And
Yeah,
I do want to mention two
I
other
love
things.
the page. I really love the website. I got to go in there and look, and like you say,
Yeah, I
there is
haven't been able to yet.
much. There is so much.
You're gonna love it.
First of all, great information. Secondly, ways people can get involved, and
Mhm.
you know, and let's take this second right now just to bring Carrie Cannon
Yes.
in, because
Yes.
Carrie,
Oh my gosh,
if
Carrie.
anybody gets people involved, Carrie
Oh, yeah.
Cannon gets people involved.
Yes.
And we love Carrie. We love you to death, sweetheart. And this is like right up your alley, you know. It would be a bit of remiss of us to not have you on the show along with these ladies because of the work you do. So everyone, just please welcome Carrie Cannon to the show as well.
Hi, Carrie.
Hey, Carrie.
Hi, Carrie.
Hello.
Yeah, Carrie's having trouble with her camera
Yeah,
tonight.
so you might not see her beautiful face, but you certainly will hear her beautiful, brilliant voice.
That's another one of Helen's favorite people on the planet.
Yep.
Uh,
I like genuine people.
yeah.
I got 3 genuine souls in front of me on my on my show.
I'm going to make mention. I want to make mention of something that I said probably 7 years ago when we started our podcast, that women in this industry and in this movement will be the ones that make the difference. And I said simply because people love their mother more than anything in the world. And when mothers and women are out there and they're saying, listen, look at my father, my mother, look what happened to children, this, that, and the other thing, the effect resonates with people more than a guy.
When it comes to nurturing,
Right,
a
that's the word I was
woman
looking for.
will not allow
That's the word.
a monetary figure come into play.
That's right.
We will always keep our moral compass straight because we know what's right and what's wrong. There is no middle ground. We see that there is a big, huge issue in the world today, and it's not just cannabis. There's so much wrong,
Mhm.
and we see it. And yeah, I believe you're right. Stacy and I have had this conversation before.
Right. The selflessness especially that I truly love about this is everybody, when you donate, your money is going to help these people. It's not being collected as a dues for them to go and and walk themselves around and do what they want to do and and make themselves superstars. That's not what it's about. It's about helping prisoners.
It's about righting
about
all
doing
of
things
the
right.
wrongs that have been done to so many, bringing these families back together, getting these victims out of prison, because that's what they are. They're victims, and this is what we do, and we got some really beautiful people that have the right moral compass. That's all I can say about it, is that your moral compass is straight. I can see right through when someone's isn't, and I've had the pleasure of working with all of you, and in one way or another.
And look forward to working with you guys in the future as well.
for sure.
Anything that we and our brand and whatever, just us as humans can do.
So,
please,
Carrie, why don't you give us an update on what's happening with Jennifer?
Well, unfortunately, to let the viewers know, Jennifer Turdos, she had a court hearing this morning, and she's having a really bad anxiety attack this evening, so she wasn't able to make it, and she sent her apologies.
That's fine.
Right, understandable.
I don't want her to feel like, she was, obligated or she let anybody down. No. I totally understand what she's going through, and just let her know that we are here for her in any way, shape, or form that she needs. So what do you know what happened in court today? Was it just a postponement, or?
They scheduled jury trial for October 8th.
Okay.
October 8th.
And where is that, Carrie?
That is in South Dakota. I'm not remembering the name of the city off the top of my head.
Okay.
That's all right. If anybody doesn't know anything about South Dakota, the governor of South Dakota calls it Meth Dakota because it's nothing but a meth state. Said that it's overrun with methamphetamine.
So they got to mess with the cannabis people.
So, right. But when they do this, they don't even prosecute those people like they prosecute people with the plant. And that's still the problem that we're having.
That's sad.
Yeah. So if there's anybody, and I'll do it. I've got actually, I can do some justice to this because tomorrow evening on my show, The Voluntary Option, which is our political side, our libertarian political side, and our show, I have a great guy that's running for governor. His name is CJ Abernathy, or Senate, sorry. And CJ Abernathy is in South Dakota. So I'll do what I can to pass her information on to CJ. And CJ also is the producer of Adam Kokesh's show, Adam versus the Man. Adam's got 270,000 followers. If we can't get some people to that courthouse, we've got some work to do other than that.
Yeah. So that's a goal. For sure.
Shit.
So Carrie, let her know that we're going to work diligently to get people there for that October 8th date.
And Carrie took upon herself the freelance glory, everything you see freelance glory. That's Carrie Cannon, folks. As somebody she didn't even know, and her just heart went to it. And Kristen had mentioned before that Tracy's a part of the board, and that Lance is working with this as well. This is all.
Yeah, you guys, Lance.
This all is divine.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, Lance is a really good person, and Carrie, I think, can just sense it, and the fact that he shouldn't be in prison for a plant, and the fact that he has a lot of people who believe that he should be freed. And right now he has a current petition asking for clemency, so you can support that by calling the president and leaving him voicemail or emailing him. And Carrie has done so much work for Lance that it was so easy to build a page on our website for him. If you go to our website and go under prison outreach and freelance
Jim's got it pulled up right now. Jim has it pulled right up on the screen right now. Everybody can see
Carrie has made sure that there's been plenty of material.
Yeah, all those images she makes, and she mails shirts out and all sorts of things, and makes photo collages, and she sends them to the feds. She sends them straight to the president to look at. So if you guys support Lance, go check out his story. His mom wrote up a beautiful story about him on our page. And he is currently wanting out. This virus is just not affecting him. It's affecting two other people, Michael Thomas and Richard DeLisi, who have both been in prison for a couple decades. Mm-hmm. And there's some good things going on with the Last Prisoner Project. They have sent these angel attorneys out to help them. And right now, Michael Thompson, I just found out, was taken out of the prison and into a hospital with the possibility of having COVID. So I want to
thank Dee Kirkwood for all the work he's done on Michael's case. Dee Kirkwood's done a tremendous amount of work for Michael. For sure. Just another mention, and Michael, listen, everybody should be out. Let's face it.
For sure.
But these guys have spent more time in jail than rapists and molesters ever will see on a number of counts.
Let me ask you girls this. When we get everybody out, all the people, all the POWs that are out there, when we get them all out and that part of it is done, how do we fight for the accountability? You know, I get really upset when I see all of these, especially like all the lawsuits on drugs that went bad that are out there, but there's no personal accountability. People are all gung-ho for suing. Where is the accountability? And what do we do about holding these government officials accountable for the lives that
Let me
they've
answer that
taken
one.
during this, for the moments they've taken during this, that no one will get back? Like, look at Lance. He's not going to get back moments with his daughter.
We hire new people. The federal government, we find a new government and we hire new people because they are not going to deschedule our plant anytime soon. And that's what needs to happen to release our prisoners. Right now they're being released due to the virus, but they're going to go and replace them. And it's going to be a cycle. It's still a Schedule 1 drug. So the ultimate goal is to deschedule. So we need to get other people at the White House that are down to deschedule, not reschedule. We don't want to Schedule 1, Schedule 2, Schedule 3, Schedule 4. We want people in the White House that are going to deschedule it. So that's what we need to do. We need to make our money that we pay in our taxes amount to who we want to represent us. And we have to make sure they do it. And it's really hard because a lot of those representatives, you know, they get paid by the private prisons that are housing most of our prisoners. So the struggle is real and the struggle is hard because there's a mass incarceration problem out there. There's massive profits going on behalf of our people. And it goes beyond the cannabis. It goes into all the nonviolent crimes.
Right. And I think to make that change that you're speaking of in the White House, I think is going to have to start on a local level. I think that we need to get as many I mean, I'm libertarian. I'm libertarian by choice.
Good.
And I think we need that third eye. But I think that we need to have as many of us in local offices to make these changes. I don't know. Y'all know I'm a big conspiracy theorist, and I just
Me
don't.
too.
It's not a theory if it's happening. It's not a theory if it's happening.
I don't see a presidential election even happening in 2020. Do you?
If it's fake,
don't know what the
fake
old
to me.
world is going to be doing, but I know what we're doing, and we're taking everything Kristen said on the road to continue to plant seeds and shockwaves before the election. We're leaving in October to head for DC, and we're going to be screaming so everyone knows that we are still, like, it is cruel and unusual punishment for the children and the families and our prisoners to still be locked up. And it is cruel and unusual because the government themselves have patent, like they know the cat's out of the bag. They know that it's a safe plant. They know prohibition is wrong. And still we have people in prison for a plant that is essential during a pandemic, during the motherfucking apocalypse. Cannabis is essential. Yeah. So we're gonna bring the love storm on the cannabis in October. That's a lot of what I want everyone to be a part of, and I'm going to make you a part of it, whether you want to be here or not. And I have some premature news that I know Kristen's going to get super excited about. But I was just in a meeting this morning because I have been really pushing the fact, the company that I'm working for, Hemp Inc., the owner is an old smuggler. He is on Marijuana Inc., the documentary. A lot of people know him. And he launched, the first series of the series of pre-rolls, these CBD pre-rolls dedicated to smugglers of yesterday, right? And their stories.
Yeah.
He did that so like people, like whenever like Boston George's pre-roll comes out, all the royalties will go to him and his family. So it's his way of taking care of all his brothers in arms.
Very cool.
So then, with having to work with me, he's learned a lot about advocacy and he loves it. He admires it a lot. And he knows all about Freedom Grow. And we have been pushing like the other partners to be on board with letting the smugglers of yesteryear pre-rolls contribute money to Freedom Grow.
Oh,
Yeah. So every
That's so
pre-roll is
exciting.
going to go to our commissary. Yeah, and to free our prisoners.
I'll tell you what we'll do on our end. I'll make a commitment to you ladies right now that we have a Teespring account, and we will create masks, cups, and shirts that say Freedom Grow Forever. Whatever you guys want on it, you give it to us.
Yep.
We'll send.
Oh my gosh, we've been looking for somebody to help us with shirts.
Yes.
We have been looking for someone to help us with shirts. We ran out. We just ran out of shirts.
Yeah,
Oh
we
my
got
god.
it.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And look, it costs
Wow.
nothing to make them. And we don't ship them. Teespring ships them
Ship them
out.
out.
You guys, I'll give you access. You can design your own. And
Cool.
every
we'll
cent
send
goes
the
to
money
you.
directly to you. Every
Cool,
cent. We don't have to pay off the top either. I want to make a
Keep-
quick mention.
yes.
There's a guy out there that does a lot of great work that has actually been in prison. He was actually in with Jeff Mazansky, and you girls knew who I'm speaking about. Jeff Eichen. Jeff Eichen has Lifers the movie. Jeff saw the stream.
Jeff is my personal friend of mine. Me and Jeff have been working
I
together
know,
for
he's
years.
awesome. Ours
I
too.
love Jeff. He's like a brother.
Hip,
I
hip, hooray.
love him. And Jeff asked if he could join in. So Jim, if you do see somebody pop in backstage,
It's Jeff.
it's going to be Jeff Eichen, and please, when
Oh,
he
yay.
does come
As
in,
soon as he
please bring
gets-
him on as well.
And tell him that Kristen is dying to talk to him. Jeffy
He's
Pooh.
right here.
Okay, awesome.
My boo.
There
There
he
it
is.
is.
On
Hi,
hemp
Jeff.
paper, hemp paper.
Oh,
Hemp
yay.
Wow.
Paper.
There's John Hancock.
Jeffy.
Love you, brother.
Hey.
Thanks, Jeff.
If everybody
Yeah,
doesn't know,
summertime and the living is easy.
right. If you've lived under a rock, this is Jeff Eichen. He's the producer and filmmaker that put out Lifers the movie. Jeff's he spotlighted
Oh, hold
I believe, 4 different people that are in jail now for this plant. They're serving life in prison. And Jeff, we love you. We love the work you do. If you get a chance, I think it's on Wednesdays.
Hey.
Please be on. Please look out for Jeff's podcast as well. Jeff's on IBM TV, believe it or not, as well. So we're glad to have you on the show, Jeff, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you, kids. I'm just proud to be part of, in COVID, it's different than when we got AIDS because dating sucks. You can't smooch or hold hands. And so having our community, our pod community is fantastic, and getting ready to go on the bus in October and doing different
Yes.
things that is going to be, just super excited. I'll come film, I'll do whatever I can, but I have to clear it with my sister because she's like my mama, and she's really picky on COVID. And so we'll see how October goes. Otherwise, I'm totally there, and I'll do a lot of live streaming. We'll just make it happen. We'll make it happen.
Absolutely. We'll be able to give you a hug again, man. I miss you so much. I'm glad
And
you're,
I'm proud of everybody.
Chance to really talk lately.
We'll get together. We can go offline and talk, and
Yeah, for sure.
the idea is to keep our momentum. And I hear a lot of you talking about. Let me take my headphones off. I hear a lot of you talking about the future and the present, and I've got a few plans and a couple lawyers in my pocket, and I'm getting closer to the gay marriage people that went into the legislation at the top of the ring, and I want to end prohibition. I want to
Right.
make marijuana legal again by going to the top, And so everyone says, no, don't do it, Jeffrey. It's too expensive. Well, any one of our major players, and we can call names because at 60 years old, I'm not holding back anymore. And so, Woody Harrelson, Tom, any of them have enough money to help us to end this whole game. And if gay marriage got it, why can't we go all the way to the
Why
Supreme
can't we?
Court? All the way to the Supreme Court. Stop all this playing, or the Kardashians and the this guy and the that guy and the this concert and the that concert. Let's focus on getting the right lawyers and enough money to get us to the Supreme Court and write it properly. You know, get Chris Conrad, because he'll be on my show tomorrow with Mickey Norris. And my show is on tomorrow, Weeds Day. It's the hump day. We call it the hemp day. And so we get over the hemp. And but these people with all the money, the hypocrisy is that they could help us to go right in. And so I'm going to go around to everybody, and I'm going to go right to the gay marriage people and see how they just, like 2 months ago, they got gay marriage again in the office. Remember, they went to the Supreme Court again, and they got gays in the office to have a proper balance. You can't have any more, Black Lives Matter in the office against gays. And so I want to follow their paradigm.
At 56, you said 50. If I'm 56 years old this year,
Yeah.
You're 56, Jeff? I
I
thought you told me you were.
I'm 62.
Oh, okay.
I'm 62.
Oh, wow. Hi, Jeff.
Fucker.
I'm a raw vegan. I haven't eaten meat I had some duck the other night because my buddy got a new Weber next door, and his little girl is 5 years old, and she's got curls down to the ground. They're the cutest thing, and he had some duck. I had to have a bite.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah,
I
Jeff,
never
I'm
thought
glad
you could do that.
Oh, I'm not a stickler on it. I'll eat salmon because we have salmon in the Northwest, and it's delicious, but I don't crave it anymore. And it's helping my being light. And I mean, I got a COVID belly, but the bottom line is that I'm really, really, really looking for my energy to stay grounded so I can help to get to the Supreme Court. If I'm not strong and if I'm not doing Jack's work, because Jack was in my living room with Helen Comp writing the revision of the Emperor, and we're all connected. And so I told Jack on his deathbed, I'm going to finish your job or do what I can to end prohibition. And that's just making marijuana legal again. Then our boys get to come home and women get to come home with no record if it's legal. So we need to get to the Supreme Court.
Jeff, you had the distinct honor, honestly, of being able to go into the prison and speak with Jeff Mizanskey. Jeff
That was my
is a
first
now.
prison I was ever in. I was in with Michael Thompson also in prison.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah. So when I went into prison with Jeff Mizanskey, I learned how to do it. I learned all the ropes. I wore my khakis. I didn't wear this shirt, to the prison, but I could have. But the bottom line is that it was an emotional day, and the guards and the people knew I was coming. And when we got in there, it was a special day for everybody. And the big guy that opened up my camera case to see that I didn't have any files or knives or anything, when he was checking on my stuff, he's a big burly guy, big burly guy. And it was the cutest thing ever. His name was Walking Bear or something, like Bear. His name was Bear. He was like Native American, and he was the guard that was taking me in. So when we were in filming Jeff Mizanskey, and these are live, real stories, I remember them only when people ask me about the moment. When I was in filming Jeff Mizanskey, first time I met him, now he's our buddy and he's home free. When I first, Jeff's home. But
we hung out with him at HempFest, remember?
Yeah, of course. But when I was in there, Bear, the guy that checked all my cameras and said I couldn't wear a hat and I had to have my fro out and all these things, he was behind the window. He said, you have 1 hour. At an hour and a half, he liked us so much, he kept going like this. So I believe that people can't turn away from love and truth. And so when you're really nice to people and you come in with the party and you say, I want to get nonviolent people out of your prison. I need to talk to Jeff Mizanskey today. Everybody let me in, and I'm going to keep doing it. All I need is to be funded by some of the big boys or all you people to help my own pocket to get to the next prisoner that we want to go and we want to tell their story. So my next movie is about the families. I'm going to do a whole movie on the family.
Okay. Wow. Do you have a name for that yet?
No, let's do a poll. Let's do a poll. Everybody can chime in and give a family name for the next movie. Because I'm ready to go. I'm ready to do that next movie.
Cool. I want to take this. We got about 15 minutes probably left in the show or whatever else.
Hi, Stacey.
So what I want to do, I want to give you
Hi,
each
Jeff.
individual a little bit of time. I want to pull up first Carrie Cannon. Carrie, please, honey, you are doing so much, and right now I know you're spotlighting still some specific prisoners. Can you please let us know how people again can get in touch with you, how people can contribute to this, because we've seen the power of these signs and of these letters to the court and to the governor. So Carrie, please take it for a minute, honey.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, absolutely. They have power. And that was confirmed just last week in Mercer County, Ohio, when Judge Ingram held up a stack of the public support photos for Peggy and Glenn during their sentencing and gave them just probation. But people can find me on Facebook. It's Kerry, Kerry, Cannon, Cannon. My email is itskk@freelancefloor.com. For calls to action, email the White House at whitehouse.gov/contact and a simple message that says, I support the pending clemency of Lance Floor, number 44270-086. And please keep those emails polite. If you have something different to say, do it in a separate email. But this is for our plant prisoner to get him free.
Right.
Now you're setting your 10th round to Washington coming soon. I know that it just ended. I think it's like 2 days ago, where we asked everybody, please get your signs up, hold your stuff. How many pictures are being submitted each one of these go rounds?
You know, it depends on how many people submit photos and how much time I have to get out and about and get photos and talk to random people about Lance's injustice. So sometimes more, sometimes less. I'm really pretty bummed that HempFest is not going to be able to happen this year in Seattle, because that's where many photos come from. But I'll do what I can too.
Will end up happening, and you're heading down that road. Once all of this is done and these victims, as I call them, of the system are out, Perry, a book is coming your way. I can feel it. You have everything that you've already. You have all the material. I mean, it's in your future. I can see it. I sure can. I can see a book.
I have an announcement. I announced on my show that I'm going to have a reunion show, 3-day or 2-day event, and we'll bring everybody on and we'll do it properly. And the reunion is going to be all prisoners that are home.
Oh yeah, that would be fun.
I believe doing it properly is just doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all so
properly. I mean, where we get through them all, and 2 days isn't boring for the public to watch. We're going to produce it really fun. We'll have Bitsy Bates on cooking some infused pesto, and we'll just make it a great weekend. But it's honoring all of the prisoners, and we're going to raise the money. I just dropped an album, a Marijuana 420 album with Cincy Magazine on my own. It's been taken 2 years, and we dropped it on 420, and it's quiet now because of COVID. But that album, all the proceeds are going to a restitution fund. We want to give every prisoner that comes home $30,000 for being in jail, $1,000 a year they were in jail. Think about it, and so they can come home and get shoes and a computer.
Right. Unfortunately, as Kristen was saying, everything her family owned was taken from
Yeah.
them. And then it's like, oh, okay, well, we've got everything you own. Now you can go free.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man.
Again,
This
where's the
system is
accountability?
It's so screwed up.
Where's the retribution? Where's the accountability?
I had a fire once, and it was the best thing that happened to me. I learned from my deeds and to start over again. I mean, look, you're in Arizona now, and it's all beautiful.
Yes.
You
Yeah,
know?
it is.
It is.
All right, so with
You
that
live in
said,
Arizona, Jeff?
No, I'm not me. No, they do.
Oh, I
Yeah,
thought you
we're in
did. I was like,
Arizona.
when did you
Yeah,
move?
he's in Washington.
Oh, honey, I'm right here. Come on over.
Okay. I'm like, you can't leave me.
Kristen,
Yeah.
I have a sauna. You have to come to Arizona.
I know. I thought you were coming up here, though. I thought you were on your way north.
I know, like I don't know the exact route yet, but we might.
Could
have
you
to
come
get
up
back to
here and then we'll
Arizona.
go over to Jeff's show and we'll sit
Oh,
next
you want me
to
to
him?
come pick you up?
Yeah, come pick me
No,
up.
you come to my house and we'll go in my car.
Bring us
Yeah.
No, I mean pick you up and bring you to Arizona.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Anyway, you
Let's
bring
go.
it.
Are you gonna get the big green bus?
I'll
I'd
DJ.
rather drive the
I'll
bus.
DJ.
I'd rather go there in the bus than the plane.
No, I need to bring you to Arizona so you can go to Washington with us on the bus.
Oh, so fly to
gonna-
Arizona and then go to Washington on a bus?
Yeah, fly to Arizona and I'll kidnap you.
I'm not
Okay.
flying.
Well,
no,
listen,
no,
that would
no,
be
no.
great.
Or
because then we could all go together.
I'm not going on a road trip with Jeff.
Right.
We're gonna help you drive the bus.
Oh yeah, because I stop for photos. I break for photos.
I bet. I can only imagine.
Speaking of the bus, let's speak of the bus for a minute, and let Stacy take it away with the cannabis. I mean, if you haven't experienced the cannabis, you need to make your time to go out
For
and
sure.
see it and just be a part of it. It's incredible. Why don't you take it away a little bit, Stacy?
Well, I know we probably only have a few minutes, so I do want to.
Take your time. If we go over,
when I-
we go over. It's not like it's if we go over,
Okay.
we go over. Nothing.
So anybody watching that doesn't know what the cannabis is, it is a big cannabis rally on wheels. It's a 1988 GMC school bus that has been hand painted by all this cannabis freedom love, and it gets a lot of attention. It creates a lot of shockwaves. We have used it since 2012 to educate America and show up for people that have been tormented by the drug war in one way or another. And the lady that Carrie brought up, Jen, we actually just met her. Carrie met her on the cannabis, and then all this horrible stuff is happening to her right now because of pot prohibition. And it just reminds me, like, when I first got on the cannabis, I'm all like, Godspeed and all this. And literally every rest area we stopped at and every gas station we stopped at, we were meeting somebody with a story and someone that was just so thankful. And they were telling us their drug war story in one fashion or another. And I was all like, Godspeed, we're going everywhere we're supposed to go. Like every exit well, then a few months go by and I was like, no, fuck this. The motherfucking drug war and cannabis prohibition is so bad and is such an infestation that you cannot stop anywhere in America without running into somebody that is being victimized by the war on pot. So I totally changed my realization on what was going on. We were stopping where we were supposed to stop, but also we've had an epidemic on our hands for decades.
Yep.
Like COVID is just nothing compared to what cannabis prohibition has done to people and lives for years.
That's right.
So, and then we
That's
meet
right.
this and that was in 2012 that I was experiencing that. And so much change has happened and so much legalization and people getting out of prison, but we still have so many prisoners. And a tour that we just took in May, we met somebody that is now in South Dakota, as soon as Peggy and Glenn get probation, we have somebody else to rally for. Like it's
That's
never
right.
ending until we
isn't.
freaking really end it. You know,
That's
so
right.
that's why I appreciate all you guys
That's
so
right.
much. Like all of your efforts are so important. I appreciate you all. I know a lot of you personally, and I know that life isn't easy for anyone, and life isn't easy once the drug war has attacked you, and activism is not easy for a
No.
lot of different reasons. Activism and fighting this drug war, like we have massive powers that want the drug war to continue, like against us every day. So I understand where all of you are at, and that's why I just love and appreciate you all so much. And that's one thing I'm thankful for. So thankful is that the shockwaves and the growth of soldiers and warriors we have out there, like every day, like I see new people, like even doing videos to educate, of their experience and stuff. It's so needed. Back in 2012, there was just a small group of crazy people, like crazy people, and then now, like, we know, like working to end prohibition and standing up for our prisoners and wanting to get them home is like the thing to do now. Like people are wrapping their minds around like the things to do, the things that really need to get done.
People are getting off the pharmaceutical hamster wheel. They're getting on the cannabis line, and their brains are waking up, and they're starting to see what has been smack dab in front of them the whole time they were sleeping.
And the experience of the cannabis, in my opinion, is just it's awakening. It's eye-opening. It's
to see all those cases and all the people that you've helped and all the people that have been on the bus, have signed the bus, and it's amazing. You've done a stellar job.
If you don't know Stacy and you don't know the cannabis, please, it's very easy to find on Facebook. There's always excitement brewing. There's always something she's doing. She's the bubbliest human being you ever met in your life. I've never seen her without a smile.
Something, you guys?
Even when she gets mad at this motherfucker and everybody, she's smiling.
Can I mention something, you guys? Can I mention something, you guys? I don't think we've mentioned that. Why Stacy? What's driven Stacy to drive this bus is that I don't think we've talked about this throughout this particular show, but her uncle was shot down by the federal government over 20 years ago for protecting a few plants in his backyard, while his wife held their son and she was also shot down as well. So, that the heart that Stacy has, I just want everybody to realize that Stacy doesn't come here for any other reason other than her heart. So, love you, Stacy. I just want to let everybody know.
I love you.
That's why she's here. She's here from her heart.
Screen does. I really truly do not believe that there is a person that is here in your eyesight today or in your voice shot that comes on here for anything besides the passion in which drives us. There's not anything here that we're not getting rich doing this, folks. Activism is the most expensive job you'll ever have. Again, it's the most expensive you'll ever have. But people do it because they can't help themselves. Most people have a story or have someone attached to them that have suffered. But then there are others that just have that drive and that love, like Carrie, who saw somebody that was a victim and couldn't help herself. Mm-hmm. So listen, from that, we're going to go over to Kristen.
Yes.
And Kristen, honey, let's really promote this website. Let's let people know what they can do and what they really can do to help.
First of all, just go to our website right now. You can click the donate button. You can donate to commissary. You can, if you don't have money, you can click the volunteer button. You can tell us who you are and what you want to do, and we will get back to you soon. You can also sign the petition that sends to the governor, or we're sending to the president, and you can also sign up to be a pen pal. Coming soon, we're going to be getting a link on there for Michael Thompson, and we want to get a link on it for people to sign Richard Alisi's petition. But if you go up to the top there, you'll see all sorts of stuff. We have newsletters we send to the prisoners, that we keep them updated. You can go under Prison Outreach and see numerous things under there. You can go to About Us and find out about us, more about us. We're getting ready to put up. This is just kind of the basics. We're going to be adding so much more to this. We want to get all of our volunteers up there and have their stories, why they volunteer, so they can help get other people to want to volunteer. We want to have a Rest in Peace page coming soon, and our testimonies from our prisoners. We've only got a couple right now, but we have to fill it up like crazy. But more is coming, but in the meantime, just get on there. Go to Prison Outreach. Look at some of the people. We've got about 11 images up so far, but there's way more.
I'm pulling it up right now. Or what is it? It's freedomgrowforever.org, correct?
Yeah. And that's right. I'm looking at the website here, and the image you guys have up there. That's our president. That's our president sending off commissary money and newsletters. So
I want to let people know. Christy, could you let people know how important it is for these people that have been locked away? Just to
That's so cute.
Well, imagine. So, like Stacy was talking about before 2012, not a lot of people knew they were there. We have people that's been there for decades with no communication from the outside world at all. And just over the last five years or so, they've started getting mail. There's still a lot that don't, though, and there's a few popular prisoners that get mail all the time. There's some people that don't get anything at all, and those people that don't get mail, they literally are being used for all sorts of reasons behind prisons, and a lot of them have lost their families. So just a little card or just anything helps them out a lot. So. And a lot of people aren't writers. People don't like to write letters. There's other things we can do as well. So there's something for everybody on our page. I just urge everybody to go.
Yes, there is. I'm filling it out right now.
Yeah, I think
It looks amazing, Kristen.
You guys go to my Facebook page. You're at my Facebook page there, and if you scroll down, you'll see links to other prisoners. You'll see a link to Richard DeLisi's petition. You'll see one for Michael Thompson, and people. We need letters to get Richard DeLisi free. He's been in there for 30 feet. See right there, those are.
Oh yay!
Yeah, I shared your thing.
That was
those are
fast.
postcards. Those are postcards for DeLisi, and we need letters too. We're trying to convince the committee board to free him immediately. He's been in there for 32 years. So, if you want to write a letter, get it to me, or get it to Stacy as well. She's also in contact with DeLisi's attorneys, and we can forward them onto
I think
where they
at
need
this
to go.
point in time, he's the longest serving, right? At this point in time, he's like the longest serving POW we have.
I think he might be the second largest. Michael Thompson is the the longest so far. The longest actually was 3.
George.
But Richard has passed everybody.
No,
George was in for 33 years.
I think.
George was in for 33
George
years.
Mazzarano?
Yeah,
No.
George did
Oh,
longer
so-
than George.
years, but he's released.
But
I'm
he's
talking
out.
about active POWs. I mean,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
George
right
Mazzarano
now.
served
Probably
30 years.
Richard.
We love George too. He's just another good friend.
When I
Yeah,
talk
that's
about
the one thing
feeling
I-
like I'm in jail,
Yeah, one thing I gotta say that always brings me some happiness to my heart is I've had the pleasure and have the pleasure of being friends or knowing a lot of these guys, the ones that are out and a lot of the ones that are in. And it's all from, again, outreach. It's all from all the things these girls and guys are doing. It's all from understanding that like Kristen was saying, until 2012 people really weren't even truly aware.
No.
These people felt completely alone, just thought that they were forgotten, but they were never forgotten. None of us stopped fighting. Now we're to the point where we've got legs, and this freedomgrowforever.org, to me, is just a beautiful thing, because you can do this in every way.
Yes.
If you don't have time to volunteer, I'm sure you have 5 minutes that you can sit down and write a letter. I'm sure if you don't have 5 minutes to sit down and write a letter and you can't volunteer, you might have $5 in your pocket that's going to go out and help one of these guys that are suffering and sit behind
There you
jail,
go.
sit behind
That's
bars.
right.
So I mean, we can all
Sharing
help. There's
nullification.
truly no excuse, and that's something that we definitely have to remember. Just got a card up about jury
Yeah.
nullification. If
Yeah.
you are sitting on a cannabis case, I don't care, not just a cannabis case, any victimless crime, anything that doesn't sit with you and say, listen, these people did nothing morally wrong, they've done nothing to hurt anyone, they are the true victims. You have the right in that box to nullify. No,
That's
They're
yay.
barking at
yeah, Adam's walking away. So
Peter,
Jeff
we're gonna
just
have-
showed the shattered lives. Jeff just was putting up the Shattered Lives
Oh, there
book
you
up
go.
there. If you see on the cover, that's Amy Povall. She's the founder of Can Do Clemency.
Yeah.
So after she got out of prison, she started kicking ass for her sister and brothers and helping them get clemency. And that's how I know Amy, is that the authors of this book, Chris Conrad was one of my Oaksterdam teachers. Mickey Norris, I met at the same event I met Amy at and found out she was married to Chris Conrad. And then I also found out she was the responsible for the memorial, the Shattered Lives Memorial that reunited me and my uncle 18 years after his murder at Oaksterdam University. And that they were also on my family farm back in the day. And my uncle's story is in the same book with Amy's.
Wow.
That
That's
book.
amazing.
Wow.
Well, tune in
So I don't know
tomorrow.
if you knew that, Jeff. My uncle's story's in there.
Tune in tomorrow. Mickey and Chris are going to be on my show tomorrow.
Awesome.
They'll
Yeah, I'll
on
be
my show.
tuning in. They're two of my
Anybody-
favorite people.
Anybody in Tribe that wants to dial in, it's the same. It's the same thing. I don't mind if we have 20 or 10 or 30 people. We're going to have a show tomorrow, and Mickey and Chris, if you want to say hi to them, come on in. Step on
Hey
in.
Jeff,
And-
shoot me a link. Helen's got to work, so I'll be free, and I'll gladly sit in if you
Yeah,
don't mind.
step on in, and that's tomorrow for my show tomorrow. Everybody.
All right, well,
That will
guys,
be a good
listen,
show tomorrow.
Yes.
Yep.
I want to thank each and every one of you for taking time out of your incredibly busy schedules, because believe me, I know none of you really stop. You know, it's been our pleasure to have you grace.
It
our
sure
screen.
has. It
I
sure
mean,
has.
we can't do our show
Yeah.
without people like you. You know, I mean, you guys do so much
Mhm.
for the community.
We
for these
appreciate
people.
all of
Yeah,
you.
we love and appreciate you, man.
For
There's just
sure.
no doubt about
Everybody
it.
Ditto.
out there in Marijuana Land, support Canna We Talk. What's the webpage where they can donate to you guys to help you for
We will be
production?
doing that, and we do that in our sign off, Jeff. And we really
Yeah.
appreciate you plugging
Thank
us
you
like
so
that, man.
much.
But,
Everybody-
hey, listen,
everybody-
again,
Please, yes, please donate to them.
Africa's
We have
amazing.
production costs. We got overhead. We have to feed the dog.
That's right. That's right. Oh, wow.
And we
It's been a
appreciate
great show. I thank you all for coming and taking the time out and keeping us up to date on what you all have going on. Stacy, please let me know when you're back home so we can have a party. Kristen, please let me
Oh,
know
yeah,
when you're
we
in
need
Arizona
to.
so we can have a big party.
Of
You
course.
guys gotta teach me how to swing. I don't know what it is that yoga that you're doing.
I just think we all take the opportunity and hop on the bus in October.
Oh, hell
You know
yeah.
what I mean? Let's all just get together and have a hell of a time and do some.
Yeah.
We'll go
real,
hang
real
upside
hard-
down.
Make my dreams
Yeah.
come true.
Yeah, Chris
Yeah.
was doing the yoga with her
Yes, yes.
straps.
yes.
I
And
do.
Gary, we're picking you up too.
Hey, before we go, Kristen, please plug that, because your new business, what you're doing is so awesome,
cool.
man. I really want people to know about
I
it.
need you to, yeah. I need to learn.
So you guys, it's not just me, Stacy as well. Both
Yeah.
her and I both found a lot of peace in hanging upside down with the swing and
Get the
doing
plug.
yoga with the swing. So we both went to school and we learned how to teach yoga trapeze. And so a lot of it has to do with stretching and deep back bends and burning some calories and hanging upside down so we can invert our vertebrae and change the direction of which the gravity reverses our bodies and feel a stretch and make ourselves feel better. So that's what we do. We try to help people feel better.
And you started your business.
Yeah, I started a business. It's called Nobody's Perfect because nobody is actually perfect. I mean, some of us come extremely close, but we all have things we can work on. So it's just nobody's perfect. And we out here in Washington State where I live, it's actually exercise that has helped me heal a lot from a lot of mental issues I have going on. So it helps on a physical level and a mental level and everything else. And look, Stacy, is your swing behind you still?
No, all the kids came and they were jumping in the pool, so I knew like it was gonna be loud. It's loud over there.
But thank
right,
you. Yeah,
guys.
appreciate it.
Thank you for joining us this Tuesday night. We'll do this again. I promise you, we'll do this again. I can't wait to see you all in person, spend some actual real time together, and do some real work. And please, please, please understand, Helen and I do volunteer anything we can to anything.
Yes, I just filled out everything too, so you got me.
Cool.
And what we'll
Ashley DeLisi said she was scheduled to be on your show, so I definitely want to know when that's happening.
Yeah, me too.
Ashley DeLisi said that she was going to be coming on your show. So
I just talked to Vivian. You recorded her. Vivian from HempFest had her on the show.
Yeah.
I've been looking for that link. I think she was on Vivian's show yesterday, and I've been looking for that link. I haven't found it yet, Jeff. So if you have it, if you would share it, that would be great.
I don't have it, but I can get it from Vivian. I talked to him yesterday. We talked for quite a while.
Oh, yay. Okay.
And so everybody, there's going to be a virtual HempFest. Don't worry.
I saw that announcement too.
And I'm going to be one of the MCs, so we're going to have fun.
Actually, we reached out to. We just didn't get her definitive.
We're going to have fun.
Yeah, I don't think I have a definitive date on it.
And
What was that?
Tomorrow I'll give you guys the 411 on my album that we dropped. We dropped an album that is called Relief, L-E-A-F, and Relief has some incredible high-end industry people, Grammy Award-winning people on the album that I helped to produce, and we're setting up a 401(c), and we are going to be saving all of our proceeds for restitution fund.
That's cool, Jeff.
So listen, on that note, Kristen or Stacy, either one, you both have Helen's information. Get in touch with her. Let her know how we can make this T-shirt, mask, cup thing go and work in your advantage, and how we can link it to you. Actually, I believe we can actually link a whole thing where they can have complete control over it, if I'm not mistaken, from what Joe was saying.
Okay. Yeah.
We'll work it out so that people can actually get some things to help support these guys and drive some funds your way.
Cool.
Yay.
Thank
you all.
We need gas
Thanks for being here.
We love you guys. Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.
Bye, Carrie. Bye, Stace. Bye, Kristen. Bye, Jeff.
Hey, listen,
wow.
I want everybody just to take a moment. And if you are not friends with these people on Facebook, or you do not
look
have
them
their
up.
information, please look each one of them up. Kristen Falor, Stacy Tice, T-H-E-I-S. That's how you spell her name. It's not spelled, you know, how you would phonetically see it. And Carrie Cannon. And please, Carrie makes incredible stuff for these POWs. She makes, not only that, she makes great pot stuff, like pot holders and things like that. You could really be helping her out.
And she does that to, for donations.
Yeah.
There's no price tag on anything that Carrie does. And let me tell you something, she's not a rich woman.
No, God.
She does this from her heart, period. And that is so plain to see that you're doing yourself a grave injustice. Just donating to her cause and having her product,
and she takes suggestions,
her handmade product in your hands.
She'll customize it even for you, which is just amazing.
She's fucking amazing, man.
But with that said, please visit our shop, our swag shop as we call it, that covers all of our everything we do between Canada We Talk, 420.
My masks are a little controversial. Not everybody would agree, but I'm a little sarcastic.
Yeah, there are some things on there that are definitely brand driven, like the voluntary option. We have Mother Nature's Den. We have Canada We Talk stuff up there. And these are all ways that you can help us continue to support our show and
what we're doing, for sure.
And not only that, when you buy one of the masks, $1 goes to feed a starving child somewhere.
Yes, it goes to, each mask sold, $1 goes to a non-profit organization to help feed the children around the world.
Because listen, that's the number one killer. It's not a virus. It doesn't need a vaccination. All it needs is food.
Some food.
So if you buy a mask, we're kick a buck.
Yes. I mean, and that as much of a conspiracy theorist as we are, and when we started making masks because we don't conform to nonsensical crap, people were wondering, like, why are you making these masks? Well, because $1 of each one sold goes to not each cup sold, not each T-shirt sold, each mask that's sold. So that's why I have masks on that site.
And again, after the Teespring, do us a favor. Take this feed that you're watching on Facebook, put it into it. Go over to YouTube and watch it
there.
At Canna We Talk 420. It just helps us out with viewing hours.
Yes.
And we can start to monetize there as well, guys.
Yes.
It's all about trying to just survive and keep good stuff and good information and great guests like this coming to you. Also, the way that you can support our show is to go to www.patreon.com/CWT, all in capitals, 4 small o, then capital again, TVO. And there are, I think, 6 levels of entry.
From $5 up to $100 on the third level. I mean, all of them come with something.
Benefit, right.
However, once you reach the third level, which I believe is a $30 level,
right, which is a heavy quarter,
you will start receiving product on a monthly basis, CBD product, which is very important to the human body.
And all of them are named pretty much after something cannabis, like
or something libertarian,
right? Cannabis. You know,
the third eye.
Right, we got the nickel bag, we got the dime bag, we got the heavy quarter, we got the halfway there, we've got the lid. Right, so you know you still feel like you're not just doing this for no reason, and still incorporating cannabis into your life in some way, shape, or form.
Yes, it's so
I want to first bring up our producer Jim Freedom, because we appreciate every
yes
effort, Jim, for everything,
all the efforts, everything he puts in. Jim, you are just one fucking stellar dude.
That's right, and we're glad to have you. Christ Almighty, are you kidding me? I don't know if he might be indecent at the moment. He heard Kristen say hang upside down. He might at this point in time be dangling from his van. But but Jim, if you can't join us right now, I don't know what it's for. Thank you. There he comes. Oh, there he is.
Yeah, I can join you. I had to set up on a Wi-Fi spot. That's why I'm producing from the van today. But hey, whatever you got to do, the show must go on, right?
Works, right?
That's right. The show must go on.
It shows people what really goes into this.
Hey, listen.
Yeah,
I'm going to give you a few minutes right now, because we love Jim, first of all, and we do anything for him, and it's vice versa. Jim does a lot for us.
Yes,
we
he
try
does.
to pay it back, but shit, he does more for us than we could ever do for him. But Jim's going to be coming out with a new show himself. And he's not only a producer, he's going to be coming out with his podcast to give his reflection. And if you don't know Jim Freedom, it's very simple to search on Facebook. Go to Jim Freedom, same thing is it the same thing on Instagram, Jim?
It's a one.
Instagram is @JimFreedom1. I had to put a 1 at the end of it.
If you want to see incredible drone footage, if you want to see some photography like you've never seen, and if you want to see an activist that really gets out there shouting, this is the guy you want to follow.
Right.
Jim, why don't you plug your show a little bit for everybody?
Appreciate it. Well, technically, I don't yet have a show. I haven't done episode 1 yet.
We're keeping him too busy between us and Adam versus
And the voluntary option. Yeah, I don't know. I just my show. I think I'm pretty confident that my title of the show is going to be Question Authority, because that to me is the most succinct, absolute thing we need to do. We need to the biggest problem in the world is the boot on our neck is asserting its authority on us, and we have to question that.
Yes.
That's the only way we're ever going to get the boot off our neck, is by questioning it. If we're making excuses and learning how to deal with the boot on our neck, then they're never going to lift the boot on our neck.
That's right.
We have to stare them in the face and question them at every turn. And, if you don't, they'll get away with whatever they want to get away with. So my show's just going to be basically about questioning authority. I'm going to try to pull up as recent news clips as possible and just give my my libertarian opinion on what we need. I'm going to bring up things and then show you what should be questioning about it. What I mean? What you shouldn't just accept as oh, well, that's just the way it is. You know what I mean? A lot of these articles just put things out there like that's just the way it is and have a nice day. We need to be reposting those with our own questions and causing other people to question it. You know?
Absolutely.
And we love Jim because Jim has got the libertarian spirit and mindset down where we don't force our opinions on anybody. We offer our opinions and say, we're looking at it in a different way than you look at it. And Jim is brilliant at it. I mean, we have incredible conversations together. The guy's a true gem to us. He's definitely worth more than his weight in gold. That's for damn sure.
He is.
And we hope he finds the time soon so you can see episode 1. And I'll guarantee I'll be one of the first people watching it if I'm not helping produce or work on it.
Oh, we will. We'll help out anywhere we can. So,
excellent. Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Was there any good comments tonight?
I've been displaying them on the screen as you guys are going. So yeah, there's all kinds of good ones. Everybody's with everybody, you know.
Yeah,
Carrie Cannon's back to, now that she's not on the show no more, she went back to chat, commenting, saying freelance glory.
Okay.
So we'll pull her up there. But yeah, everybody's loving it. And I've been pulling up the comments just so that everybody else can see that the crowd and a few people. I've had the feed going on my phone, pulling the YouTube up to help with the watch hours also, and a couple other people joined in too, so that's good. We got some watch hours.
It's 400.
I have no idea what it is.
I think it's 4,000. I'm going to prove him wrong.
I proved her wrong last week with 40. She's adding too many zeros now because Helen's grandiose. You know what I mean?
Shut up.
Yeah.
Well, if it was 40 hours, if it was only 40 hours, then you could get 40 people to watch one show and you'd be good. So I bet it's more than that.
He's saying 400.
It's 400. All right.
But anyway.
Have we had any numbers tonight?
Well, at least it's not 400,000.
That's that is the bright side, Jim, and that's why we love you.
So has anybody chosen any numbers?
Yeah, those were in the beginning. Let me scroll up here. Let's see. We got Facebook user guest 422.
Okay.
Leslie Laird 333.
Okay.
Those are the only numbers I see here. I guess everybody was
doing
the
We'll find them on other feeds.
We will. We'll find them on other feeds, and we keep this going at least until the voluntary option goes up.
Friday we always pick the winner.
But again, folks, free product, Zoya gel caps made by Mike Robinson. This is a Charlotte web strain. Also tincture. 250 milligram broad spectrum.
None of it is done with an isolate. These are done with oil.
These are done, yeah, and there is 0 THC. They're all broad spectrum. So put your numbers in 1 to 500, and again, whoever's prize goes unclaimed, no worries, because it will go to an activist that is hard at work and needs a little relief.
I think I already know who I want to give it to later.
All right, well, we're gonna keep. Okay.
Real quick, guys, before we go, the only thing we haven't promoted yet was your Can We Talk 420 website, which I like to promote, especially given today's show. You can see it on the screen here. You just go to the homepage, canwetalk42small.com, and then right here under the More section, you can go into the SOS by CWT 420, and this is where what applies to today. You can scroll down here and you can download the leniency letters or the dropping all charges letter or the clemency letter. You can download those right here to help all those activists that you guys were talking about during your show today. So that's a huge help, I think, from your website that we should drop pretty much every time we have the show. I think that's one main part we should add.
Yeah. And that is SOS, Solidarity Over Separation by Can We Talk 420.
But listen, that's something that Kristen pointed out. Like, not everybody can write, or not everybody wants to write.
That's right. And these are templates.
We've made it easy.
These are templates. All you need to do is put your information in, whatever your inmate or defendant you are advocating for, and the court information and the date. And sign your letter and send it.
And if you want to add your own little bit at the end,
you can.
If you want to personalize it, but you don't have to, because they're really truly already ready to be sent.
They are.
Jim, thank you for pointing that out. Thank you again for another stellar show, sir. And we can't wait to get out there and watch.
Can't wait till you get back home.
And we can't wait till you get back home. Well, everybody,
All right,
listen, man.
everybody.
That's another week here. That was a great show. and
It was a
I
great show.
Always love talking to those ladies because you can see the
Don't
energy.
forget,
They keep going. You know,
1 to 500. Don't forget. I love giving this stuff away. If I could walk around
You
and
just hand
dose
it out.
everybody, I would, because people need to wake up. This is so important to turn your receptors on, to stop being what I call a sleeper. And I don't say it to be demeaning. I don't say it to hurt anybody. I
No.
say it because I was one, but I'm not any longer.
And we owe it
and-
all to the plant.
Yes. And Mother Nature's here. She's here to regulate you. This is what she does. So let's take advantage, and this is free.
And
Just
listen,
pick a
and that's
number.
thanks to Mike Robinson again. He does
Yes.
tireless work out
Yes.
there too. And we appreciate the donations from him to be able to give it to you guys, because there's a need for everyone to try to acquire homeostasis. And if you don't know what it is, it's just balance in your body. Keeping yourself
Homeostasis
away
is
from
good
death.
health, period.
That's right. It's
That's
keeping
what it is.
yourself as far away from death as you possibly can.
So
Well, that's it for this week, right?
it is. Be the best you can be. And until next time, live the changes you wish to see in the world.
That's right. To truly perform service, you need to lose yourself. How does it go again?
Holy crap.
I can't even remember it. 'Cause my brain is shot tonight.
To truly find
find
yourself,
yourself,
you
you
must
need
first
to
lose yourself in the service of others.
And that's
Take
and that's,
care,
and
everybody.
that's true. That's truly it. Tune in tomorrow night on YouTube to the voluntary option, where I have a great guest from South Dakota, which will coincide with this unfortunate girl that could not be with us tonight, CJ Abernathy. He'll be on. I believe he's running for Senate. But we'll let CJ listen. CJ's just going to come on and go, let's end the Fed. Let's end the Fed. But that's what we need to do, folks. Till next week, be the best you can be, as my wife said.
See you next time.